addition, commissioning is permissible in investigating and executing the prescribed punishment, as the Prophet ﷺ said, O Unais, go to the wife of this man, and if she confesses that she has committed adultery, then stone her to death. Related by Al-Bukhari and Muslim.
طيب بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وسار على نهجه واقتفى أثره واهتدى بهداه. Here, this only, to give somebody authorization or Wakalah, commission, to be commissioner, for something which is public, like investigation. This is only the right of whom? The ruler, the authority. Okay? Because no one can give Wakalah except for whatever under his authority. You cannot use Wakalah to do something that you don't have authority to do it yourself. Right? And this is why we said when we talk about الأمر بالمعروف والنهي عن المنكر. Right? To command or doing good and prevent evil. Right? There are 3 levels, as we know. What are they? من رأى منكم منكرا فليغيره بيده. This is the first level. With the hand. That means with power. And then with his tongue. And then with his heart. Now, for the first one, the ruler may assign or hire group of people to do this work. And this is what we call it الهيئة، هيئة المعروف والنهي عن المنكر. They were authorized by whom? By the government, by the ruler, to take care of this. But if somebody go by his own and said, well, I took the command of the Prophet ﷺ and I want to change this munkar, we said, this is not in your authority unless you were authorized by the government, the ruler, whoever in charge, to do this. But your role, for example, what you can do, that if you see something that's bad, you want to change it, then what you do? Either you give advice, if this will end this problem, or you can report it to those who are authorized to deal with it. Report it to the Hayya. Not by yourself, you go and do it. Because you don't have Wakalah on this. You don't have authorization on this. So this example that was, because the Prophet ﷺ said, Ya O Unais. Right? He commanded one of the Sahaba, his name is Unais, to do this. Right? When the Prophet ﷺ gave this authority, he gave it to him as what? No, I mean the Prophet ﷺ himself. What's this? He was a ruler here. Right? He's the one who has authority here. He's not giving advice. We said, well, see, the Prophet ﷺ said to Unais this. We said, yes, the Prophet ﷺ talked to Unais here as a ruler, as the one who applied the law. Right? Or the law, application of the law in his hand. So he assigned a person to act according to this authority. But not for anyone to take this hadith, for example, or this dalil, and go and investigate, even for his own, right? Or apply the law by his own. That's not right. From here we understand that this is possible, but for certain what? Level. Certain level. Now,
the authorized commission person has no right to designate another representative to act on his behalf, except in the following matters. First matter, when the authorizer permits the authorized person to do so by saying something like, you can designate a representative to act on your behalf if you like, or do as you like.
now, طيب, can the commission person, somebody you gave him authorization, can he go and transfer it to somebody else? No. Unless you gave him authorization. You say, do this, okay, and you can hire anyone who can do it, or you can give this permission or authorization to somebody else. And this usually, they do it sometimes in Wakalah here. When they write Wakalah, commission here, or you go, for example, and say, I assign Hussein to act in my behalf in buying, selling, whatever business we are doing. And I authorize him also in case that he needs to give this authorization to somebody else. I'm giving him what? Permission to do so. So he has the right to set another wakil to do the same task. So this is the first condition. So if you were giving Wakalah, and it was not mentioned in the Wakalah that you can authorize somebody else, or you give the authority of this Wakalah to somebody else, then you cannot transmit. Right? This is the first case. Now,
the second condition is, if the designated act is not to be carried out by the authorized person, as he is an honorable person who is far above doing such an act.
right? You were, for example, traveling somewhere. And I authorize, مثلا I give Wakalah to Sheikh Abdul Majid. Sheikh Abdul Majid, please take care of my house. Sahib, feed, you have there birds or animals, feed the animals that I have, or keep it clean. Does this mean that Sheikh Abdul Majid, he go himself and clean the yard? No, this is not in his. Sahib, he's an honorable person, right? Teacher, sheikh, or it's not his work. But what he do? He hires somebody. Right? He hires somebody and give him money to take care of the cleaning. Nobody said, well, I didn't assign you as my wakil, so you should do it yourself. We say this doesn't fit the person, this person. Unless if you, for example, give this to your somebody who is in the house who used to clean. This is different. So this is the point here. So if the person was authorized to do something which the standard of people, in his case, they don't do it. Like there are some people, they don't deal with animals, for example. They go to halagas, selling, buying. So you give him this and say, please take it, take care of it and sell it for me. He can take it and give it to somebody else there to sell it, and then he gets the money. So he has, without the permission of the one who gave him the Wakalah. Why? Because this is related to what? To the type of the nature of the work that he is going to do.
The third condition is, if the authorized person is unable to carry out the designated work.
Yeah, this is also if he can, there's something beyond his ability to do it. Either beyond his knowledge, he doesn't know how to do it. Ask somebody to a key to take care of your car. Are you a mechanic? طيب, what you will do? You give it to mechanic to check it, or to fix it, or something heavy that you cannot carry it. Is it physical or knowledge? طيب, نعم.
And the fourth condition is when the authorized person cannot do the designated work properly.
Yeah. Similar to the one that we mentioned. نعم.
If the aforementioned four cases, in the aforementioned four cases, it is impermissible for the authorized person to designate anyone except a trustworthy representative.
Right. So you cannot designate anybody else. Anybody else unless if it was fall in one of these four categories. Right? No.
Commissioning is permissible for both the authorizer and the authorized person, as it is considered permission given by the authorizer and the service rendered by the representative. But both are not obligatory. Each of the authorizer and the authorized person is permitted to cancel commissioning at any time he desires.
Nah. So both of them are free to cancel this wakalah. Either the wakil or al-muwakkil. Either the one who gives this authorization at any time. Sometimes they write, as we said, in the wakalah, they assign certain time, for example, as we mentioned last week, that for 1 year, for 6 months, or whatever time, or maybe he leave it open. So maybe I come after 1 week and they say, well, I will cancel this wakalah. The authorization that I gave it to you is expired. Okay, you are not my wakil anymore. Does he has the right to say, no, you gave me 1 year? Right? So, for example, you give authorization to somebody for 1 year, and then you found out that he couldn't carry this responsibility, or he was not as you expected. You can cancel this wakalah, and you can call him or write to him written message that you are not my wakil anymore. The other side also, he has the same right. Al-wakil, I gave commission for saying for 6 months, and he came and said, well, I cannot carry it anymore. Jazakallah khair. Find somebody else. So do I have to say, no, I gave you agree from the beginning, then you have to continue with me till the end? No. ما على المحسنين من سبيل. نعم. طيب.
Matters nullifying commissioning. Commissioning is nullified by cancellation, death, or absolute madness with regard to either of the parties.
Right. Why? It is understood. It's understood for us that if the wakil lost his mind, you understand, you will not continue with him, you will cancel it, right?
Yes.
But how if the one who gave the wakalah, he went out of his mind, why the wakalah is cancelled?
Legally accountable.
Huh?
Legally accountable.
Yes, because he is not legally accountable. Plus maybe somebody else will be guardian or take his authority. He maybe approve this wakalah to continue, for example, or he can cancel it. Like, for example, a businessman, he has a wakil who's doing everything and he has his stuff. And he passed away. He died. Now who is taking care? Now his inheritance, right? The right of the inheritance. Alas, then they have the right to approve this wakalah to continue or to cancel it and send somebody else. The same thing also if he was, he gets sick that he became insane. The same thing because he's not accountable now.
This is because commissioning depends on the life and sanity of both parties.
Now,
So when one party lacks either of them, it becomes invalid.
This, as we said when we talked at the beginning, that one of the conditions of the Wakalah is what? The accountability in both legal income. Now,
commissioning also becomes invalid if the authorizer discharges the unauthorized person, or when either of them is interdicted of his legal capacity due to his foolishness, since he then lacks the authority of disposal. When commissioning becomes permissible, whoever has the authority to dispose of something can authorize or be authorized in regard to this same thing. However, whoever has no legal authority to dispose of something, his representative has not the authority to dispose of this same thing with greater reason.
yeah, we mentioned this when we talk about the hadith. Right? When we talk about the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ and he said that man. We said what? The Prophet ﷺ, he gave him authorization to do this, to investigate, to apply the punishment. Because he has the right to do so as ruler. Okay? The one who applying the law. So, and this apply in everything. You can give authorization to somebody to do whatever under your authority. But you cannot ask him to do something that you yourself you cannot do it. Okay? You cannot do it. It's not, you are not authorized to do this. Then how come you give somebody something that you yourself you cannot do? Now,
a representative who is authorized for buying and selling is not permitted to sell or buy from himself, as the customs necessitate that a person sells and buys from others, not from himself, lest he should be suspected. Likewise, he is not permitted to sell or buy from his son, father, wife, or to those whose testimony in his favor is to be rejected, because there is suspicion of favoritism and partiality due to family relations.
see this very, very important. Very important. And especially in the world of business. Be careful. Now some, for example, company, they assign a person, authorize him as wakil to do certain work for the government, for the company. They assign Muhammad, okay, Muhammad, we, you are authorized, the company, to find place to be rented by, to start or to open new branch for our company. Muhammad, he got this authorization, and you know that his Ali, for example, his friend or his relative, I mean his son or brother, he has place or a building. So he go right away and rent it for the company, using the authorization that in his hand. Is there suspicion here or not? Yeah, that means he wants to benefit his relative. Okay? Or he himself, he has the land. So he said it. He said, no, this is buying and selling. I didn't do anything. Yes. But maybe, if it was not you yourself, so now you become the buyer and the seller. And then, always this mu'awara, we said, that should be between two different parties, not from the same party. Person he cannot buy and himself for his own. Fine? So, relative is the same. Because you want to benefit your wife, whatever your wife gets, you will benefit. You want to benefit your children. Okay? So, this is why here it's not permissible. And here, brothers, because this has always, the way, I mean, most of the rules in Islam, to block any gate or any window for for corruption or for maybe dispute between people. Later on, after the company, they discover that this land that you rent for them, it belongs to your brother. They will start investigation. They say, okay, why did he choose this land? And there will be argument. So this is why it's not lawful here so you should not use your authority as commissioner to benefit yourself or your family. And this is why in selling and buying, you should stay away from dealing in this way. Now, clear?
Sir, could you come and recommend that, like, if the company is looking for the land in a particular place, and that land he has his relatives, but he introduces, he says that this is my relative. If you want to deal with him, price basis or whatever, you can deal, otherwise I will look for others. That be done.
Well, if he presents to them different effort.
Different options. Yes.
Okay, different options. He said, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, this, and you can choose whatever. But just for your information, this one belongs to my relative, my family, and then they approve it. It's okay. Okay, but he's not the one who will take the action. Okay, to rent it or to buy it, or he refers to them. That means he gave up his Wakalah in this case. Okay, and return it to them. Now,
actions related to the authorizer and the authorized person. The authorizer must fulfill some legal commitments with regard to transactions, such as delivering the price, receiving the purchased article, cancelling transaction for defect, asking for his rights, and guaranteeing the rights of the other party. As for the authorized person, who is authorized for selling, he may deliver the purchased articles, but he is not permitted to receive the price without the permission of his authorizer, or at least a situation indicating his permission.
Right. This is for sale. I told somebody to sell your house, but you didn't give him permission to receive or to take the money. Right? He will go and, arrange for the selling, and when it comes at the time of getting the money, you will go and get the money yourself. Right? Unless you are specified in the Wakalah that he is also authorized to take the money in my behalf. That means you trust him. You trust him. Right? This is very clear. Same thing also for selling, which is for selling, he doesn't need this permission. For buying, he doesn't need this permission. Why? Because he cannot buy without paying the money. Right? He cannot buy. He says to Muhammad, go and buy car for me. And he go there, can he buy car for you? So you give him the money. So this is why he is what? He is authorized to pay, but not to receive or take the money when he sells something for you. Huh?
An authorized person who is authorized for buying may deliver the due price to complete the transaction. However, the person authorized for settling a dispute is not permitted to receive the price. But the person authorized for receiving the price is permitted to settle the dispute, as it is the only way to receive the price.
Anything related to take, it needs what? Authorization. Right? There are disputes between two parties. They want to settle it down. Make settlement for this case at the court or anywhere. And then they sign, for example, you hire, for example, attorney or a lawyer as wakil. This is wakil also to follow the case. Now, they want to make this settlement. And you agree with the settlement. At the same time, he cannot make this settlement and receive the money without your permission to authorize him to do so. Maybe this settlement doesn't what? It's not enough for you. He agreed for 50,000 and you are expecting 100. But if you give him permission, then it's over. Because you give your right to this person to do it. Now,
commitments of the representative. The authorized person is accountable, but he is not liable for things that are lost or damaged with him, as long as he does not neglect or exceed limits with regard to such items.
now this is very, very clear. Now,
However, if he neglects exceeding limits or refuses without any legal excuse to pay the money due for the authorizer, he is to be liable for what is lost or damaged and legally obliged to pay any money due to the authorizer.
now this is because you trusted him, right? You gave him this authorization. If he neglects, that means he didn't do his task or his wajib. Very, very important. This is like amana. You trusted him, then he should what? Carry this amana. Carry this trust, this trust in the better way. So if the case that happened without, he tried his best, without negligence or without tried all ways, and the damage happened, then it's not his fault.
The authorized person is to be trusted with regard to the designated work, whether it is selling, renting, or the like. In other words, what he says about the price, the rent, or the damaged articles is to be trusted and believed, and Allah knows the best.
By this we end this, alhamdulillah, chapter about Al-Wakalah. Before we start about Al-Hajr, this is a new chapter, I would like to mention the answer form that I sent to Brother Abu Bakr. He reminded me about the question that last week that he raised. What was the question, Abu Bakr? Marriage. Right. The question was, just to make it clear, the question was about Wakalah in marriage. Now there's a different situation. A Muslim woman wants to be married, for sure she will not marry but to a Muslim man. The one, we have wakil and we have wali. We should not mix between the two things. We have wakil wa wali. The wali is the guardian. This is the one that has the authority to what? To sign the marriage contract with the permission of his daughter or whoever. Right? But there is no nikah without wali. Inshallah, there is a chapter about nikah and marriage. Inshallah, we'll talk about this in detail. So this is the wali. The father, the brother, who is the legal wali for the woman. He should be what? If he is a Muslim, he should be what? He should be Muslim. Because the kafir has no wilayah on a Muslim. Right? A Muslim. Right? Woman, a Muslim, he wants to marry a Christian woman. Christian woman. She is still Christian. She is not Muslim. Then the wali, it's okay of her religion. Her father, brother, whoever. Her community. Right. She was disbeliever, for example, and then she embraced Islam. Her father and brother and family is there. And none of her family is Muslim. Now there is no wilayah for them. No wilayah. The wilayah is for Huh? Aywa, the one, if she has no relatives, Muslim relatives, then it will be, and the authority will be for the ruler, which will be represented through the judge. And this is what they do here, in this country. Here when you go to the court, if she's a new Muslim and she wants to get married, and there is none of her relatives is Muslim, what they do, the judge, he will sign as wali. This is about the wali. Now the wakil. Now if this wali give wakalah to somebody else, this is a question of Abu Bakr. The wali, for example, in here in Jeddah, and somebody want to marry his sister, for example, in America, and they go, he said, okay, go to the Islamic Center there, and you can sign that. I give you authorization, wakalah, as what? As wali. Now this wakil, the commission here, is it must to be a Muslim or not? Huh? There is difference between ulama. There is difference between ulama. Some, they say, it should be Muslim. But the opinion that was chosen by Ibn Taymiyyah, and which is the sound opinion, that it's not necessary to be a Muslim, because here it's not wali. He's not wali, but he is acting in the behalf of the wali. So he's wakil. Right? So in this case, it's okay to give wakalah to non-Muslim if you are trusted. Same like all other contracts. You make wakalah for in business for non-Muslim. We don't say that you have, when you assign any wakil or lawyer, for example, or attorney, that he should be Muslim. Is it clear? Huh? Right. So this is a point that brother asked. Yes. Now نتكلم عن الحجر. بسم الله.
Page 89, chapter 17, interdiction. Islam has been ordained to protect the properties and rights of people. Therefore, interdiction has been legalized on one who should be prevented from disposing of their property.
Right. Now we talk about الحجر. This is an interdiction بالعربي, اللغة العربية. الحجر. الحجر. And this taken from the verb حجر. حجر, okay, to prevent, right, or to make barrier from somebody not to do something. Clear? حجر. Right. And from this comes the word حجر, stone. Right? Stone, حجر, because they use it to separate. Yeah, barriers, to separate. And from this comes the word حجرة. حجرة, the room. حجرة. الحجرات, which has mentioned Surah Al-Hujurat, it's for rooms, plural of حجرة. Right? حجرة, you can say it حجر or حجرات. So حجرات, as mentioned in the Quran. Why they call it حجرات? Because separate. Okay, like more than one room. Right. So this is the linguistic meaning. Now we'll come to the Islamic term. How it is used in the fiqh of Islam, Islamic fiqh. Right? Now, give the meaning here. Now,
jurisprudentially speaking, interdiction means preventing someone from disposing of his property. What proves that interdiction is legalized is that Allah Azza wa Jal says in the Holy Quran, which translates, and do not give the weak-minded your property, which Allah has made a means of sustenance for you. But provide for them with it, and clothe them, and speak to them words of appropriate kindness, and test the orphans in their abilities until they reach marriageable age. Then, if you perceive in them sound judgment, release their property to them.
Right. Now we'll give the meaning in the Islamic term. Right. And the dalil from the Quran as mentioned here. So as the Shaykh said here, interdiction means preventing someone from disposing of his property. How come? You have money. This is your money. You said, this is my money. Said, yes, this is your money, but there are certain situations, the Sharia legalized that you may not deal with or use this money. And we'll explain this. Right? So this is the meaning of in Islam. Here, al-hajr here, that means to stop somebody, right, from having access, for example, to his account, to his money, to his cash, right, to deal with it. Or he can sell or buy. This is the meaning, al-hajr. Right. What's the dalil? The dalil in the Quran, the first dalil, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in the Quran, as mentioned here in Surah An-Nisa, وَلَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمْ الَّتِي جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ قِيَامًا وَارْزُقُوهُمْ فِيهَا وَاقْسُوهُمْ. This is the dalil here. لَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمْ. Don't give the weak-minded your property. Okay. So this is is it his money or your money? It is his money, but his money is also your money. To protect. And Allah Azza wa Jalla said, as-sufaha. Sufaha, plural of safi. Safi. ويقال هذا سفه. يعني nonsense talk. For example. طيب وسفاهة. Maybe you hear this bad word or something that's unaccepted. So, as-safi, which is, translated here as weak-minded, that doesn't mean you are insulting somebody when you say safi here. Because the safi is the one who is not legally accountable. Like the child. For example. That doesn't mean that when he said that here that he has a problem. No. But he is not able to deal in the right manner, the right way, to protect his wealth. Just imagine a child, 10 years old, inherits from his father 1,000 of riyal. What he will do? And he will stay in the ice cream shop. Spend all the money with ice cream or something else. He doesn't, understand the meaning or the value of this money. And this is why there should be guardian here. Should be guardian to take care of his money. So this we said he hajr. Here we don't give this child, even he is the owner, we stop him, we make hajr, we indict from using this money. And there should be assigned somebody who will take care of this money till he reaches. Right? And this is why it's mentioned in the same ayah that when they reach the age of marriage, وَابْتَلُوا الْيَتَامَى وَابْتَلُوا الْيَتَامَى. Test them. Right? That's the word test them. فَإِنْ أَنَسْتُمْ مِنْهُمْ رُشْدًا. If you found them they are good, and they are reached the age of understanding the meaning and the value of money and all these things, then you may give them their money. But if he still, because of my dear brothers here, as Safi, it's not limited to age only. Maybe he's adult, but he doesn't know how to use his money. He spent it, he wasted it. And also here they said, this is why in some books they include women with children. Women, they get money, some of them, not all of them. We just talk about the general. Not all women, there are mashallah some who are very good in business. They know how to invest, right? But if you talk in general about women, if she gets money, she will waste it right away. Many of them, they inherit the money. Maybe the son and the daughter, they get money, and the daughter get twice what, the son get twice what the daughter gets, because he's big. But this lady, maybe before the end of the year, all this money will be gone. So this is why we said that when we talk safi here, it's not negative. It's not negative. But here, that the one, he is not mature enough to deal or to use the money in the right way. Now, so this is a dalil from the Quran. وَلَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمْ. Don't give your money, right, to those who are weak-minded. Now,
these two verses prove that Allah Azza wa Jal has decreed interdiction on the weak-minded and the orphan, lest they should waste or destroy their property. Moreover, both are not to be given back their property except when they become of sound judgment. The Prophet ﷺ himself interdicted some of his companions and has sold some of their property to settle their debts.
inshallah it's coming. This related or about Mu'adh radiallahu anhu. We'll talk about this.
Interdiction is of two types. The first type of interdiction is the one imposed for safeguarding others' share in the property of the interdicted person, as the case of interdicting the insolvent person for safeguarding the share of the creditors in his existing property. For safeguarding the share of the heirs in the heritage, interdiction is also imposed on the sick person to prevent him from bequeathing more than the third of his property.
Like this is here two situations. First, somebody, he take money from different people. He is in debt. He is in debt. And the creditor, they are running after him. They want their money back. And he has some wealth. And they are afraid that, if they stay for a longer time, maybe he wastes this wealth or whatever he has, and then he will not be able to pay them back their money. They have the right here to set the case against him, right? Asking the judge to what? To prevent him from using his access or assets, right? Yes. So they can ask this. So they can get back the money. We'll stop for that. Please, some people when they get old or they get sick, and they know that he is leaving, so he thinks that he will give all his money, for example, as waqf or as charity, and then he will not leave anything for his children, especially if they are not good with him. Some people they try this, okay, and here he has the right. He said, as mentioned in the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, the ulama, they are agreed that he has the right in one third, that his will to do whatever he wants. But the two thirds, now it's not his. This is what we talk about last week when he writes it. Right? This was taken from the story of whom? Who is the Sahabi? Sa'ad bin Abi Waqqas radiallahu anhu. One time he was very sick to the point that he thought that he will die. So he said to the Prophet ﷺ that I want to give my money for for supporting Muslims as charity. The Prophet ﷺ said, no, leave something for your children, for your daughter. He said, okay, I will give half. He said, not enough. He said, okay, I will give 1/3. He said, 1/3 was thuluthu kathir, and 1/3 is too much. So from this they said, in wasiyah, you cannot give, your wasiyah, you cannot give as charity or waqf more than 1/3. It means should be left for the inheritance. So if somebody wrote more than 1/3, it will not be automatically applied. It will take only 1/3, and then any extras will not be taken in account. Clear? So this is very, very important. And here, my dear brothers, it's very important to understand that if somebody wants to make something, he should do it while he is healthy. طيب أن تصدق وأنت صحيح شحيح. You give charity while you are healthy and you care about money. It's better than when you get old, when at the time of death, and you said, with sick, and you said, this for this one, and this for that one, and it was for them. Right? You don't have right at that time. And here's one point, inshallah we'll talk about it when we talk about Mawarid. It's coming in our book. When we talk about, if you want, for example, to make waqf or sadaqah, or to give money to somebody, if they didn't receive it, during your life, it would not be considered. Okay? Because it's become like wasiyah. Let's say that you will give orphans from your money 10,000 riyal. If you gave it to them during your life, khalas, it's over. You have a house, you want to make it waqf, or building. You want to make it waqf. That means whatever thing that come from this building should be spent on the masjid or in the Islamic center or whatever. It's okay, you can do it while you are alive. But if you say, I will give this waqf when I die, and you die and they didn't receive it, then it's become inheritance. Because they didn't receive it in your life. It's like a will. Like will. Now, come on. This, as we said, it's will. Anything left till the person die, it's considered as what? Wasiyah. As wasiyah. Nah. And you cannot make wasiyah more than 1/3. Nah.
The second type of interdiction is the one imposed on the person for his own benefit, lest he should waste his property or destroy it. Interdiction in this case applies to the minor, the weak-minded, and the insane. So Allah Azza wa Jal reveals, which translates, and do not give the weak-minded your property.
I think we explained this. That now here, so the first type is you are imposing interdiction for the purpose of what? For the benefit of whom? For others. For others. They have right in this money. Either inheritance, okay, which is high risk, or credit. But here it's related to what? To the benefit of the person himself, the owner himself. Like as we said, the child, orphan, they don't know how to deal with their money, they may waste their money, So we keep it for them till they reach certain age, and then it will be paid back to them. Now,
some scholars maintain that those meant in this verse are the young children and women. Thus, the guardian should not wastefully give them of his money. Other scholars are of the opinion that those meant in the verse are the weak-minded, the young children, and the insane person.
now,
They are to be denied the right to dispose of their properties, lest they should waste them. Allah Azza wa Jal makes the property in the above mentioned verse attached to the addressees. Your property.
now, your أموالكم, you. طيب أموالكم التي جعل الله لكم قياما. So this mal is not only for this person, but for whom? I mean for people who are around him, they will deal with him. نعم.
Since they are appointed as guardians of the property of the interdicted to protect it.
Go.
The first type of interdiction. Interdiction for safeguarding others' share. This type of interdiction applies to the bankrupt whose remaining property is insufficient when sold to meet all his due debts. Thereupon, he is to be denied the right to dispose of his remaining property, lest he should cause harm to his creditors.
Now, this was mentioned, and we talk about the first type. Now, continue.
As for the insolvent debtor who is unable to fulfill any of his debts, he is not to be asked by creditors to pay them, but should rather be granted a grace period until his financial circumstances allow him to pay. With regard to this, Allah Azza wa Jalla says, which translates, and if someone is in hardship, then let there be postponement until the time of ease.
وإن كان ذو عسرة فنظرة إلى ميسرة. وإن كان ذو عسرة فنظرة إلى ميسرة. This is Surah Al-Baqarah. طيب. So we have two type of people here. The second one here is the one who he wants to pay. I mean his debt. But, he needs some time. He's not wasting the money. He needs some time. He said, if you give me more time, inshallah, I'll work, I'll get something. So this one, if you interdict or impose interdiction on him, he may not deal, he may not gain, so how can he pay you your money? But the imposing only on the person who was wasting and playing with the money. No? No.
Regarding the favor and reward of granting a grace period for the insolvent person, the Prophet ﷺ says, he who is pleased to be granted shade by Allah under the shade granted by him on the day of resurrection should release an insolvent person.
That is, a matter of this always, my dear brothers. If you give, for example, somebody loan, and you know that he is needy. He is needy. If you give him, if he cannot pay it, then you give him more time. But the Quran says, and if you just forgive him, and you say, khalas, it's over, and whatever you got, I consider it as charity, this is better for you, and this is what the Sheikh said here, relieving some hardship from the back of the Muslim. Said, we will stop here, inshallah. Give some time for a question if you have.
Can you explain if you want on the last time you mentioned that al-Muslim al-Kafi and particular how it works?
نعم. نعم ينفق من القدامى. You wrote 4 books. طيب. The first book is what? طيب. العمد. Yeah, this is the base. This is what they call عمدة الفقه. Okay. And then it comes المغني. or المقنع. نعم. المقنع, as we said, it's with, because العمدة, which is the first one, it's give you the one opinion in the madhab. خلاصة يعني. Okay? He says, for example, the madhab in this matter say the ruling is like this. خلاص.
One particular method or
No. We are talking about Umdah. We talk about the books of Fiqh al-Hanbali. Fiqh al-Hanbali. The Shaykh Ibn Qudama, he wrote 4 books. As given.